PRIDE is a procedure authoring environment. PRIDE consists of a list of procedures that you're currently working on, an area in which you can build your procedure, a set of actions that the procedure can be asked to perform, and a set of commands that you can drag onto the procedure. Often procedures start with a list of equipment that you must have before you start the procedure. This list can be itemized up front by typing in the different pieces of equipment that will be necessary for this procedure. Procedures consist of steps. Steps have within them actions that you want people to take. In this case, you can simply type in that you want someone to open a valve. You can then ask for information to be recorded while the procedure is being performed. This information is sent to a database during procedure performance time. You can have the person wait for some specified period of time at this point in the procedure. In this case, we'll have them wait for 1 second. You can add additional steps by just dragging and dropping. There's a conditional statement that allows for execution to change depending on the current situation. You can type questions into here. Is the water flowing? If the answer is yes, there's a series of things you can have the person do. Warnings can be easily inserted into a procedure by dragging and dropping and then entering the information. You can call other procedures from within a procedure by simply dragging and dropping. You can also go to different steps of the procedure by dragging and dropping the go to and then selecting the step you'd like to go to. We also have the ability to drag in figures. For example, you can place a figure and then, just as you would do in Microsoft Word, you select the figure from your hard drive and it's inserted into the procedure at that point. An additional feature of PRIDE is that working from a list of commands that have already been predefined, you can drag those commands into the procedure. For example, close a valve, and you can drag sensor data into the procedure. What is the position of that valve? And you can choose from the possible positions that valve could be in. That also works with conditional statements. You can drag a sensor data onto the conditional and then choose what state you want the system to be in. If the state is true, you'll go to the yes branch. If it is no, you go to the no branch. Editing procedures is very easy. You can drag things around to change the order of steps. All the numbering is renumbered for you. Once you're done with the procedure, we integrate with a document management system in which you can check the procedure and you commit it to a database, and it'll be available then for anyone to use off the internet. This is our procedure browser. In our procedure browser, connected to a web server, you can bring up a procedure. These procedures are brought up over the internet, and you can start doing the procedure. You can enter information that was asked to be recorded. Everything that's being done is being sent back to a database. The time each action was performed, any data that was typed into the procedure, any comments that the operator inserted into the procedure is saved off. All going back to the database. The who, the what, the where, and the when is all sent back and stored with the execution status of this procedure. There are various ways of informing the operator when they've waited long enough. In this case, we've asked the operator to wait 10 seconds before they go forward. There's a timer counting up. When that timer reaches 10 seconds, that will alert them. They can go off and do other things in the meantime. If there are these conditional statements, the operator simply answers yes or no, and they're directed to the right part of the procedure. As you can see, tables and notes are available in the procedure as well. When we're finished with the procedure, we can go back and look at statistics about that procedure. Anybody can go back and look at statistics about this procedure, or statistics about an aggregation of procedures across an operation. In this case, we're just bringing up statistics for this particular procedure, how long things took, which things failed, which things were skipped. We also have the ability, if the device you're using to perform the procedure has location information, that location information is stored with the procedure in the database and can be brought up in a Google Map format. So in this case, there are 4 procedures that have been performed today, all of these at our office location. That's why we're zoomed in close on our office in Houston. As you zoom out, you'll see the area in which all the procedures were performed in this office building, and you can click on any one procedure to get more information about that particular procedure. All this information is stored back in the database for examination later by individuals who are interested in that procedure. Another feature of PRIDE is that procedures can be automated. This is an International Space Station procedure. If you'll look, there is data from the International Space Station on the right. There is the position that that data is supposed to be in there, so it's supposed to be closed and is indeed closed. We have an automated system in which it can go through and check all of these sensor values to make sure they're correct and can issue commands. This is all under the direction of the operator, who can set breakpoints in which they don't want the automation to go any further than this. Then they can restart the automation from any point that they want, and the procedure will continue in an automated fashion. That's an overview of our procedure execution system.